keep this in perspective. In Take a look at this as well before I go any further. In 2018, in 2019 and 2020, as I see there in this article, 21,325 murders across the country, of which 49 were white farmers, according to police statistics. In 2019 and 2020, 21,325 people passed. So why is it they're only focusing on the 49 farmers that passed? And even though they say it's a 49, it's still not just the owners. It's talking about the workers, the family members, including this in this number. Welcome, guys. Welcome again to another episode of the WSXM podcast, where a united Africa is an undisputed Africa. So I want to talk about this so-called baseless white genocide happening in South Africa. Of white farmers. These are attacking points of white nationals in on the continent. But you have this spring from different places. But you have this UK Prime Minister named Tony Abbott. Tony Abbott. He came up with this number. I don't know where he get this number from. That in 1 year, over 400 white farmers was analyzed in South Africa, and he called that a genocide. He uses specific words, and not only him. You have a lot of white South Africans, white Afrikaners in South Africa, regurgitating the same narrative that there's a genocide happening on the white farmers. And it's thousands of white people are dying from this genocide, but there is proof otherwise. And this narrative only came about when Julius Malema rise in popularity, and he preached Africa for Africans, and he want back the stolen property. Don't forget, over 70% of the land over 70% of land owners in South Africa is white, and there is some people still disputing that number. And white South Africans are 9% of the population. So imagine this: South Africa has 58 million people. 9% of that 58 million owns 70% of the land. Can you believe that? It's you're not gonna have other people gonna say, "Oh no, that's not the case. The ANC took land and they own it." But the white nationals are in the ANC party who runs the ANC party. As you know, Ramaphosa is bought and paid for. So anyway, 9% of 58 million is roughly around let's say a little less than 5 million. So 5 million people own 70% of the land in South Africa. Anyway, so because of Julius Malema came with this Africa for Africans, we need back our land. The stolen land must be returned, and most of these lands are stolen from apartheid days. And remember, apartheid days was, we all know what apartheid was, with the whole big word, the big R word. I want to say it because I don't want to get my this video um black or not shown. So we just say the R word. Let's say the rice people. Rice people. So when I say rice, you know what I'm talking about. So during apartheid, they unalive, tortured, get set dogs and black people to be eaten to death, beaten to death, and all beaten. There's so many atrocities happened during that time, and they take control of the property, and then pass it down to generations. So you want to hear some white South Africans saying, "Oh, this land has been in my family for 4 generations." Yes, but where did your first generation get the land from? And they are failing to understand this narrative. Anyway, so I went and I looked at the numbers because to see what are they talking about with the farmers' debt and all of this. So let's look at this and put this up. So take a look at this graph here. Is a I found this online. There's many before going further. There's many you have the Afro statistics, and you have the Afri or the Afririum. So there's multiple statistics on South Africa on my farmer. So you can find it online. It's not hidden, but you have to look for it because it's not highlighted either. But take a look at this one now I found. So that 82 shows data from the Agricultural Union shows that 82 people were 82 people were killed in farm attacks during 2017, including 59 white farmers and 2 black farmers. In the first 3 months of 2018, a total of 15 people were murdered, including 8 white farmers. These totals are reported by calendar year, so aren't directly comparable with the police data reported by financial year. The police data shows an extra 16 farm murders in 2016 to 2017 compared with the previous year, a return to levels not seen since 2010 to 2011. The union's data shows an increase of 11 murders of white farmers in 2016 and a further 10 in 2017. So keep those numbers in mind while I look, let's elaborate on this a little bit. As what I get from my research and what I found, and multiple articles and multiple statistics, I did not just choose one. So, if when I say white, when I say a murder and a farmer or a white farmer died, they're not specifically talking solely the white owner. Anyone who works on the farm considered a farm debt. It's considered a farm debt. Anyone who got hurt on the farm considered a farm debt. If someone white have a heart attack or cancer or whatever reason, anything happen to anybody on the farm, it's considered a farm debt. So they include everything. So when I see hear these numbers, it's not just white people. It include workers, family members. Even if you visit the farm, if right for instance, I go on the farm for a day to visit to look around and I pass and I died and that farm, it's considered a farm debt. So they include it in the whole number. But I'm gonna put up this statistic and show you exactly how many what happened every year since 2011. And we're gonna come back to the 400 number and also you have other people saying thousands of white farmers are dying. We're gonna come back to that. But take a look at this before wham when I put it on. So here see 2010 64, 2011 48, 2012 53, and so forth and so forth. And come down if you can come all the way down to 2023. It shows a 41, 2022 50, 2021 55, 2020 49, 57, and so forth. You can just take a look at that diagram. I will leave it up for another couple of minutes, couple of seconds before I take it down. So, where is this Tony Abbott guy, the Prime Minister of UK, and also white nationalists, people getting these numbers from where they're saying 400 and 1,000 and it's an epidemic and it's a genocide and we have to do something about it. You see these numbers, if you add up from 2020 go back to 2016, it still doesn't break 400. You have to go back at least 6 years to get that kind of numbers. And these, as I said, these death does not only include unalike murder. It includes heart attacks, cancer, visitors dying on the farm, workers dying on the farm. So these numbers is still not accurate. It's still less. And when they break it down, when I look at some of the statistics and some of the other videos and who speak on this, it's up to less than 7 and 8 farmers actually died, like from being attacked on the farm. 9, 8, roughly in that area, that actually got for that purposes. So they even count black farmers as white farmers when they put out these statistics to show you how unfair it is. So this guy throwing out these genocide and they're using the word genocide. Keep this in perspective. In Take a look at this as well before I go any further. In 2018, in 2019 and 2020, as I see there in this article, 21,325 murders across the country, of which 49 were white farmers, according to police statistics. In 2019 and 2020, 21,325 people passed. So why is it they're only focusing on the 49 farmers that passed? And even though they say it's a 49, it's still not just the owners. It's talking about the workers, the family members, including this in this number, to show you the the gross over exaggeration. And yet, with these 49 deaths, let's give them 100. Let's say 100 deaths in the past 2 years out of 21,320. So you still leave back 21,225 deaths. So the white nationalists and the foreigners, the UK Prime Minister and all these other secretaries of states and all these turn out these numbers. So what happened to the 21,225 other people that passed? Their life does not matter. Why must only focus on this specific group and 100 of them compared to the 21,000? You see the gross, you see the unbalancedness of this. If you put this on a scale and weight, one is going to be here and the one down here because it doesn't balance out in no way, shape, or form. And these farms does not um these farms does not hire hundreds of people. It's a few people they hire like 10, 12 people because most of the work is done by machine. So it's not like they are pocketing the money. So it's not like they are making a big contribution to the not I'm not they're not making a big contribution to the country. I'm not saying their debt is insignificant. No, but it is insignificant to the other 21,225 South Africans that passed that same year, the past 2 years. So the only reason they're spreading this propaganda, this misinformation, is because of Julius Malema, the EFF leader, said that he won back his stolen land. So you see, the white nationals and the apartheid grandkids and sons and grandkids are playing. Oh, you cannot take my land because it's been in my family for three generations, two generations, 2 generations. Yes, this property has been in your family for the past 3 generations, but it's still the fact and the point still remains. The original owners lost their land through either being kicked off it or unalive, tortured to send it over, or um they made them sign it over free of cost. So it's still considered stolen. So not because you inherit something from 50 years ago, that doesn't mean it's yours. It still was a stolen property. So if you want it, you have to have fair compensation for the landowners, but you cannot just take people land and then use it and then claim ownership because what it was inherited. No, it doesn't work like that. That is what Julius Malema is saying, and it surprised me when I hear some black people are defending the white Afrikaners in this instant when they're saying, "Oh, leave the money for the left before." No, the land. Imagine someone stole your property 20 years ago. Then that person passed, and then the land was inherited by the son or the daughter. When you and your kids now come out and say, "Oh, that property is mine. It was stolen from my mom." You're gonna say, "Oh, it's in my family for 1 generation, so it's mine." No, show me the proof of title where you bought the property or it was um signed over to you legally. No, they can never come up with that deed, but yet they want to come. You would be angry about it, but when sometimes things does not when things does not directly affect someone, they can see beyond their own interests. So that's why you see some. It hurts when I see black South Africans or black people in general siding with these people, but leave them with the land. No, it's stolen property. It must be returned or fairly compensated at market value. So yeah. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. Just hit me up in the comment section if you agree, disagree, or otherwise, whichever. Just let me know what you think about it. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And once you like this video and you can watch it to the end, just hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm for the channel to grow. You don't know that works, so help the channel to grow. You don't know what that is. Thanks for watching. You don't know. Boom.